Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm going over my Week 3 NFL predictions. A lot of really interesting games this week, so let's get right into it. Starting off with Thursday Night Football, we have Panthers Texans. I have the Panthers beating the Texans 31-27. Houston has not won a game yet this season, and the Panthers are 2-0. But so far, Houston's given their opponents a run for their money in almost every game. So, in both games. So I think that they'll give Carolina a run for their money, but the Panthers, I think, should fairly easily win this game. The 1 o'clock games, or 1 o'clock Eastern time, 12 Central, 11 Mountain, and 10 Pacific, are Chiefs versus Chargers, Steelers Bengals, Cardinals Jaguars, Bills versus Washington, Patriots Saints, Titans Colts, Giants Falcons, Ravens Lions, and Browns Bears. I have the Chiefs beating the Chargers 34-21. I had faith in the Chargers before the season started. Last week was a tough loss to the Cowboys. I think that they still have a decent chance of doing well this year, but I think that Kansas City has the advantage in this game. For the Steelers-Bengals game, I have the Steelers beating the Bengals 27-17. I think that the Steelers have looked fairly promising so far this season, and the Bengals have had a rough start. That should be a fairly good win for the Steelers. Cardinals Jaguars, I just have the Cardinals destroying the Jaguars 38-17, and that game isn't going to be close. The Cardinals' offense and defense are both great, and the Jaguars haven't really been able to show that they have an offense or a defense yet. Bills versus Washington, I have the Bills winning 23-20. Bills have had an interesting start to the season so far. They lost to the Steelers, and then they destroyed Miami last week. I think that they'll have a good game against Washington. Washington will put up a fight, but the Bills will come out with the victory. Patriots Saints, I have the Patriots winning 23-21, and I think that I am later going to regret this prediction because usually when I predict the Patriots to win, they lose. So I don't know if I'll actually have this predicted on my Pigskin Pick'em that I'm doing. There's a Pigskin Pick'em we're doing on the channel. I'm currently tied in third place out of 17 people. And I'm 92nd percentile out of everyone. I'm 22-10 right now, I think. So, yeah, I might change the victor of that game before the actual game time. It's gonna be. I think it's two very similar teams where their offenses are like a little bit up in the air right now with strong defenses. So I think that it'll be a very good game. I'm excited. But I think that the Patriots have a slight advantage. I really don't know, though. That might just be wishful thinking. Titans Colts have the Titans winning 28-24. Indianapolis has not won a game yet this season, but much like the Texans, they put up a fight in each one. I think they'll put up a fight against Tennessee, but I think Derrick Henry will dominate 2 weeks in a row, and the Titans will beat the Colts. Giants versus Falcons have the Giants winning 24-20. The Falcons have been abysmal this year. I don't think they're going to start improving this week. Browns-Bears have the Browns winning 28-17. The Bears are coming off of a strong win against the Bengals, but the Bengals aren't the strongest team in the league. I think Cleveland has shown that so far this season that they are strong enough to beat the Bears. I think that should be a pretty clean win for them. And then we have Ravens-Lions. And so far, the two teams that have beaten the Lions are the 49ers and the Packers. And those were both humiliating games. The Packers won 34-17. And the Bears won 41-33. And that was after they were up like 41-17 and let them score at the end of the game because they were like, we already won, boy. So, Ravens should destroy the Lions fairly cleanly. 405 and 425 games. We have Broncos, Jets, Raiders, Dolphins, Seahawks, Vikings, and Buccaneers, Rams. I have the Broncos beating the Jets 28-13. That should not be a hard game for them. They're 2-0. The Jets are abysmal. Raiders, Dolphins. I have the Raiders beating the Dolphins 37-28. Raiders have been fantastic this year, and the Dolphins, I think, are just too questionable. I think the Dolphins will put up a fight. I think that their offense will get something going, but I think the Raiders' offense will dominate in this game, even with the Dolphins' strong defense. Seahawks-Vikings have the Seahawks winning 31-30. The Vikings have lost 2 close games now this season. Both of them were one 1-point games. Not even one score, they're like 1 point. They're both within a field goal. The Vikings have been playing pretty decent football, although they haven't won yet. I think Seattle will come out with the win, coming out after a loss from Tennessee, but I think that the Vikings will put up a strong fight and they'll make it close. I have the Bucs beating the Rams 34-31. I think that both of these teams are two of the best teams in the league. They're both phenomenal. And I think the Buccaneers have a slight edge over the Rams. They're coming off of 10 straight wins in a row. I think the last 9 have been by 30 or more points or something. Or they've scored 30 or more points. They're coming off of a 48-point victory over the Falcons. I just think that everything's going right for Tampa Bay right now. I think that the Bucs will come out with the victory over the Rams at 4:25 on Sunday. Sunday Night Football, we have 49ers-Packers, and this was the second toughest decision of the week after Patriots-Saints. I have the 49ers beating the Packers. I really don't know what to think about this prediction. The 49ers really haven't proven themselves to me, in my opinion. They beat the Jaguars and the Lions. Neither of those are very impressive opponents. No, they beat the Eagles and the Lions. Eagles and the Lions, and they were both one-score games. So the 49ers really haven't impressed me so far this year, but neither have the Packers. Because although the 49ers beat the Eagles and the Lions, the Packers beat the Lions and lost to the Saints, who lost to the Panthers. So, neither of these teams have been phenomenal this season. They've both been, borderline, looking solid, question mark. But I just don't know enough information about how these teams are functioning this year to make an accurate prediction, so I'm just predicting it to be a one-score game. Much like Patriots-Saints, I'm predicting it to be a two-score game. I really don't know. I think that they're both going to be pretty close games. I think this one will be slightly higher scoring than Patriots-Saints, but I still don't see it being, a massive score. I think that these are two strong defenses and two confused offenses that are really strong when they're not confused. So we'll see how this game goes, but I think that the 49ers will come out with the victory over the Packers, bringing them to 3-0. And last but certainly not least, we have the Cowboys Eagles game for Monday Night Football, and I think that the Cowboys should run away with this one. The Eagles' defense is not that impressive, although they held the 49ers to only 17 points last week. I have the Cowboys winning by a decent margin, 37-27. The Cowboys' defense has shown that they're stronger this year than they were last year, and their offense has shown that they aren't as consistent as they were at the beginning of last year with Dak Prescott. But either way, I still think that the Cowboys have a very strong team. I think that the Eagles have a very weird team, and I think that Dallas should come out with the victory fairly easily. So yeah, those are my Week 3 NFL predictions. Make sure to let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what your predictions are. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.